Hey beer tubers! Tonight I'm going to be opening up a beer from my cellar, although it's a relatively new beer. I just wanted to not age it and just drink it tonight. So tonight I'm going to be opening up Sierra Nevada's Ovila Dubbel, the barrel-aged version. So this is basically Sierra Nevada's double, in which they started brewing a year and a half or so ago, and they aged it in red wine barrels. Now I don't know which winery it's from. I'm guessing it's from Napa Valley since their neighbor is just right there. And so it is aged in a California red wine barrel, which means that I'm gonna start, I don't know, getting drunk really fast or start passing out, just because I'm kind of allergic to, especially American wines, red wines, because Americans just love dousing it with tannins, and that's what I'm allergic to. But it's gonna be my nightcap, so I figure, heck with it, why not? So let me go ahead and open it up and I'll show you guys how it is. Oh, ayo! Alright, so I decided to pour this beer into something that's relatively close to a Cabernet glass. The New Belgium glass is relatively close to what you would pour a Cabernet wine into, so I figured this would be perfect for it. So I'm just going to pour it halfway. This is pretty much how, no more than this would you pour a Cabernet wine into a relatively similar glass. So let's check the color here. Yeah, it looks pretty much like how their regular double pours. Possibly more cloudy, but it's been a while since I had their double. If you haven't had Sierra Nevada's double, it's like a textbook example, a safe example of a Belgian double, but nothing that really stood out. But you know, it was a safe example of it. So this is going to be really interesting with it being in the barrel. So possibly the cloudy aspect of it is because it was in the wine barrels, and it's you know, might have gotten something from the barrels. Possibly the tannins. Oh boy. So let me check the aroma here. Ooh, wow, that's a nice aroma, man. The barrel really has done quite a number on this beer, because it smells really good. You definitely get oak. Oak is there, but it's not like a bourbon oak, obviously, because it's in a red wine barrel. I'm definitely getting some red wine notes to it, so like red wine, oak, woody characteristics to it. I'm getting some of that, sweet malt character that you get in a traditional Belgian double, but strong red wine. So I'm pretty sure this is from a Napa red wine barrel. Oh boy, I'm gonna be passing out. You might see me getting all red by the middle of this review. Anyways, yeah. Why don't I just go ahead and give this a try here? Come pipe. Right. So right off the bat, I get quite a bit of carbonation. A lot of those tiny bubbles that you get through a Belgian beer, and that is through the Belgian yeast, and it's bottle conditioned. So it all happens through natural fermentation. They don't induce the carbonation. So it's a lot of tiny bubbles. And so you're like, wow, it's very bubbly, very champagne-y almost. And then after that, bam, red wine. You get tons of red wine, like Napa Valley, Cabernet, almost Zinfandel kind of grapes kind of flavor. And then you're like, oh yeah, there's sort of that Belgian brown ale, basically what a double is, that Belgian brown ale kind of flavor. But so far as I've been drinking this, it's almost like the Belgian double beer is to support the red wine flavor, if you know what I mean. What I'm basically saying is the red wine flavor is very prominent. The aroma is prominent, the flavor is very prominent. And as I'm drinking this more and more, I'm getting quite a bit of dryness at the end, like grape skin dryness on the surface of your tongue. So, I don't know, I'm kind of almost perplexed by this beer, because it does taste good. It's got a great balance, it has a nice dry finish that makes you long for more, but it doesn't really taste like a beer. And I'm not saying that like the first time you have a sour beer and then you're like, oh, it doesn't really taste like a beer, or it's your first time having a Belgian ale and you're like, oh, it doesn't taste like Bud Light. So, flavor-wise and how it's made and all that, it works. You know, it's nice. But as far as the beer, because I don't get the double flavor and I get more of the wine, I get a lot of carbonation, a lot of dry finish, that I don't think it really works. And I know there will be plenty of people that may disagree with this. Because, okay, so why don't I just say this? My rating of this beer, I'll just kind of have two different separate things. Like, as a beer, how it works, how it tastes, you know, it's fine. Like, it's like a B+, you know, it's really nice. But as what it's supposed to be, a Belgian double in red wine barrels is tasty, but I don't get too much of the beer. I give it a B-. I'm gonna have to say, because I don't really get the double, and I'm looking for a double. I'm not looking for wine, because I get quite a bit of wine on this sucker. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm really perplexed, and I usually give a double rating, well, once in a while, but this is like a it's like a B+ or B- beer. Maybe A- or a B- beer, because it has these two different things. Either that, the tannins are getting to me already. So anyways, that's my review, my opinion as well too, because this is kind of like quite a bit of subjectivity in this review itself. So anyways, this was the, where the heck is it? This is the Ovila Dubbel in red wine barrels. It's a really good beer, but I don't get the double. So that's all I'm saying. So anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next beer blog. Come fight.